Hello viewers, you are welcome to my YouTube channel Fussy Botany. This is the second video on Karnataka forest series. In this video, I will try to share some information on the evergreen forest of Karnataka, which includes moist evergreen and semi-evergreen forest, their characteristic features, and also on the Myristica swamp and Shola forest. Karnataka's evergreen forests are nestled in the Western Ghats. These dense multi-layered forests teeming with biodiversity are characterized by their year-round greenery. The verdant canopy provide habitat for a diverse array of wildlife. These forests play a vital role in regulating water flow, preventing soil erosion, and acting as carbon sinks, mitigating climate change. The dominant type is the tropical moist evergreen forest characterized by the dense multi-layered canopies. Another significant type is the semi-evergreen forest, which is the transitional zone between the evergreen and deciduous forests. These forests exhibit a mix of evergreen and deciduous trees, adapting to slightly drier conditions. They are still relatively dense and support a rich diversity of flora and fauna. The Myristica swamps and Shola forests are considered as the deviations or specialized forms of evergreen forests. They share the characteristic of the evergreen nature with a typical evergreen forest. They have unique adaptations and ecological niches that set them apart. Evergreen forests in Karnataka are primarily concentrated in Western Ghats region, particularly in the districts of Kodagu, Chikmagaluru, Shivamogga, Dakshina Kannada, Udupi, and Uttara Kannada. The high rainfall is essential for the growth of these forests. The Western Ghats receive abundant rainfall, making it ideal for the growth of both the evergreen and semi-evergreen forests. The altitude also plays a significant role. The higher altitudes tend to have cooler temperatures and higher rainfall. The type of the soil also influences the distribution of these forests. The fertile, well-drained soils are ideal for the growth of both evergreen and semi-evergreen forests. The moist evergreen forests are characterized by high rainfall throughout the year, warm temperatures, and dense canopy of tall broadleaf trees. High humidity and copious rainfall are the ideal conditions for the southern tropical wet evergreen forests to flourish. These are the home to several endangered and uncommon plant and animal species. These forests are characterized by the high temperatures, that is, year-round warm temperatures typically between 25 to 35 degrees Celsius. The humidity is high in all seasons. Closed canopy conserves the atmospheric humidity and filters the sunlight. The significant rainfall throughout the year with a distinct monsoon season, that is from June to September. While there may be a slight decrease in rainfall during the non-monsoon months, but it is generally not a dry season. The trees form a thick canopy that blocks the sunlight from reaching the forest floor. The forest floor is covered in a dense understory of ferns, orchids, and other plants. These forests are home to a wide variety of plants and animal species, including many endemic species. The forest debris support a number of bacteria and fungi, and hence the decomposition is quick. These forests have fertile soils that support the growth of the lush vegetation. The key characteristics of the evergreen forest is canopied structure, which consists of top dense canopy, middle canopy, understory, and forest floor. The top canopy, that is the crown of trees, are closely spaced, forming a continuous layer that blocks much of the sunlight from reaching the forest floor. The middle canopy consists of trees which may grow taller than the main canopy, forming an emergent layer. The understory, that is beneath the canopy, there is a less dense layer of smaller trees or shrubs and vines. The forest floor is typically shaded and covered with leaf litter and other organic matter. The evergreen trees that have evolved unique adaptations to thrive in their humid tropical environment. And here are some key adaptations. The broad evergreen leaves maximize the sunlight absorption for photosynthesis, which is crucial in the dense forest canopy where the light competition is intense. A thick waxy layer on the leaf surface reduces the water loss through transpiration. Many trees have the leaves which have pointed tips that facilitate the rapid shedding of rainwater, preventing the accumulation of water and potential fungal infections. Buttress roots are the massive outward spreading roots which provide exceptional stability to the tall trees. The extensive root system which helps in the efficient nutrient uptake from the shallow soil layer. Many evergreen trees exhibit a slow growth rate, enabling them to survive in the low light conditions beneath the forest canopy. Specialized photosynthetic mechanisms allow these trees to utilize low light intensities effectively. The roots of these trees often intertwine with forming a complex network that provides mutual support and facilitates the nutrient exchange. Many trees produce lightweight seeds with wings or the hairs that are dispersed by wind, ensuring wind seed dispersal. Some trees produce fleshy fruits that are attractive to the birds and mammals, which aid in seed dispersal. The timing of the flowering and fruiting in Vetiria indica is often synchronized with the onset of monsoon season. This adaptation ensures that the seeds germinate during the favorable wet period, increasing their chance of survival. Similarly, in the same tree, the seeds exhibit vivipary, where the embryo begins to germinate while still attached to the parent plant. This strategy allows seedlings to establish themselves quickly and increase their chance of survival. Semi-evergreen forests in Karnataka are a transitional zone between the lush evergreen and dry deciduous forests. They are characterized by a mix of both evergreen and deciduous trees, lending them a unique appearance and adapting to a moderate rainfall regime. The semi-evergreen forests in Karnataka experience a tropical monsoon climate with a slightly drier season when compared to the evergreen forests. That means they have high temperature that experience a year-round warm temperatures between 25 to 35 degrees Celsius. The humidity is generally high. It may be slightly lower than the evergreen forest due to the drier season. The rainfall is moderate throughout the year but with a more pronounced dry season compared to evergreen forest. The annual rainfall ranges between 150 to 200 centimeters. The monsoon season brings a heavy rainfall while the non-monsoon season is relatively dry. The soils are generally well drained, supporting the diverse range of plant life. The key characteristic features of the semi-evergreen forest: the presence of a mixed canopy, a combination of evergreen and deciduous trees. The evergreen trees retain their foliage year round while the deciduous trees shed their leaves during dry season. The less dense canopy, that is, the canopy is less dense compared to evergreen forest. More sunlight reaches the forest floor, allowing a diverse understory. These forests support a variety of plant and animal species. Some are endemic species found only in the Western Ghats. Many trees have buttressed trunks for the added support in the humid conditions. A variety of epiphytes such as orchids and ferns grow on the trees in these forests. Some of the adaptations include the seasonal changes. That means the deciduous trees shed their leaves during the dry season to conserve water, while the evergreen trees retain their foliage year round. Evergreen trees have a thick waxy layer on their leaves to reduce water loss. Many trees have deep roots to access groundwater during dry periods. These are some of the evergreen trees found in both evergreen as well as semi-evergreen forests of Karnataka. Dipterocarpus indicus, Dhuma, Alstonia squalaris, devil's tree or Maddale. The name is derived with the healing and medicinal properties. Delinia pentagina, Indian hog plum or Kadu kanagile, also called as Madatega. Veteria indica, white damar or Bili dhupa. Dixoxylum malabaricum, white cedar or Bili agilo. Misua ferrera, Indian rose chestnut or cobra saffron, Nagasampige. Ficus macrocarpa, Indian laurel fig or Kirugoli. Iliocarpus serratus, Ceylon olive, Bijadamara. Neolamarkia kadamba or Kadamba ruksha. Mimosops elangi, Spanish cherry or bullet wood, Pagade, Ranje or Pagade mara. Garcinia indica, Kakam or Punarpali or Murugalu. Etrocarpus hirsutus, wild jackfruit or Hebbalasu. These are some of the deciduous trees found in evergreen forests of Karnataka. Bombax ceiba, silk cotton tree, Kempo buraga or buraga mara. Dalbergia latifolia, rosewood or beete mara. Xylia xylocarpa, Burma ironwood or Jambe mara, also called as Bettadavarike or Honnavarike. Terminalia bellarica, Tare mara. Terminalia chibula, Chibulic murio bland or Alelekai mara. Terminalia paniculata, Kindle tree or Matti, also called as Hanalu or Honagalu. Tetramilus nodiflora, false hemp tree or Kadu bende. Vitex altissima, peacock chest or peacock's foot tree, Bharanige. Ficus racemosa, cluster fig, Atti. The red figs in short clusters grow directly out of the trunk of the tree. Melotus philippiensis, Kamala tree or Kunkumadamara. The understory in these forests include the species of Vitex, Bauhinia, Erythrina, Saraca, Eugenia, Calamus, Entada, Clematis, Combritum, Neetum, etc. The rich vegetation supports a diverse array of wildlife, including many endemic species. Some of the notable fauna includes, under the mammals, lion-tailed macaque, Nilgiri thar, Malabar large spotted civet, Malabar giant squirrel, wild dogs, leopards, tigers in some areas, and the birds includes Malabar grey hornbill, Malabar whistling thrush, great Indian hornbill, and various species of pigeons, woodpeckers, and parakeets. The reptiles and amphibians includes king cobra, python, and various species of frogs and lizards. And it is important to note that these forests are under threat from human and are crucial to protect these unique ecosystems and its biodiversity. Myristica swamps and Shola forests are considered as the deviations or the specialized forms of evergreen forest, where they share the characteristic of the evergreen nature of the typical evergreen forest. They have unique adaptations and ecological niches that set them apart. The Myristica swamps are specialized wetland ecosystems within the evergreen forest. They are characterized by their waterlogging condition, unique flora dominated by the Myristica species, and specialized fauna. The Shola forests are the mountain evergreen forests found at the higher altitudes. They have adapted to the cooler, wetter conditions and exhibit distinct vegetation and fauna compared to lowland evergreen forests. Myristica swamps are primarily found in the Uttara Kannada district of Karnataka. These unique ecosystems are characterized by the dominance of Myristica species and are considered to be one of the most endangered forest ecosystems. The characteristic features of Myristica swamps includes the dominance of Myristicaceae. These swamps are dominated by the trees belonging to the Myristicaceae family. These swamps are characterized by the waterlogging or seasonally flooded conditions. The trees in these swamps have evolved specialized root systems to cope with the waterlogged condition. These includes the knee roots. These roots emerge from the ground and curve upward resembling knees. The stilt roots arise from the main trunk and branch out providing additional support. The dense canopy of the swamp creates a low light environment leading to unique adaptations in the understory vegetation. The constant presence of water in the swamps create a humid microclimate contributing to the growth of diverse flora and fauna. Myristica swamps are home to many endemic plant and animal species. The waterlogged conditions in the swamps lead to accumulation of organic matter resulting in the nutrient-rich soils. The floristic composition in the Myristica swamps includes the trees like Gymnacranthera canarica, Canora nutmeg or Pindicaimara, Myristica magnifica, then Rampatre, Myristica bedomii, Cardojaicai, Myristica malabarica, Dodda Rampatre or Dodda Jaikai, Mastixia arborea, Gulla, the tree which yields resinous gum that has camphoraceous smell, Hopia ponga or Kalbeu or Karimera, Semicorpus travancoриca, Cardugerum, and the understory vegetation includes ferns, orchids, lianas, and ground cover plants. The Shola forests are predominantly found in the higher elevations of the Western Ghats and are small isolated patches. The entire Western Ghat range in Karnataka, including Malnad region and the coastal districts, has pockets of Shola forest at higher altitudes. In Chikmagalur districts, the Baba Budangiri range is famous for its coffee plantations and is home to several Shola forests. The Kudremukha range or Kudremukh National Park is a major hotspot for Shola forest. Again, this is located in Chikmagalur district. The Kemangundi hills have a significant Shola forest cover. The Brahmagiri hills straddling the border of Karnataka and Kerala. This range is known for its diverse ecosystems including Shola forests. Biligiri Ranganaswamy Temple or BR Hills located in the Chamarajnagar district. These hills harbor Shola forest at higher elevations. The tropical evergreen forests at the top of the southern hills are the Sholas. The Shola forests are the unique ecosystems found in the Western Ghats, characterized by their island-like distribution at a high altitude. These characteristics make Shola forests unique and ecologically important. They play a vital role in maintaining biodiversity. Some of the characteristic features of the Shola forests are: due to the harsh high altitude conditions, trees in the Shola forest often exhibit stunted growth. This is a common adaptation to the cold, windy climate and nutrient-poor soils. The trees have dense, rounded canopies that help them to trap moisture from the fog and mist. This adaptation is crucial for survival in the arid conditions. The trees retain their leaves throughout the year, allowing for continuous photosynthesis. This is essential for survival in the nutrient-poor soils and low light conditions. The trees are often covered in epiphytes such as mosses, ferns, and orchids. These plants contribute to the biodiversity of these forests and help to retain moisture. Shola forests harbor a variety of endemic plant species including many rare and endangered orchids. Some of the common tree species include rhododendron, ilex, and michelia. The dense vegetation and deep root systems of the Shola forest help to retain water, making them important for water regulation in the region. The Shola forests experience frequent cloud cover, which contributes to their high humidity and unique microclimate.